Hello. We're going to do a well-ordered language video today. So I've got a whiteboard that hopefully is going to be a little easier to follow along than our last format for well-ordered language. We have pages 106 through 109 to do in your well-ordered language workbook. So I'm going to be walking you through the sentences to analyze on page 107. The page before it should be pretty straightforward for you. You just need to choose the correct word to go in the blank, whether it's a predicate or a subject, to make sense. I'm also going to be posting the answers to page 108 on Google Classroom so that you can check your work for that. Let's go ahead and start analyzing the sentences up here. The first one is, without it, Mom did not know the way. So, are there any prepositional phrases? You should say, yes, ma'am. Without it is a prepositional phrase. And if you couldn't find that right away, sing your preposition list song to help you find the preposition without. Also, remember that we're doing introductory prepositional phrases for this unit. So, the first word is going to be a preposition in all of these sentences. So, without it, Mom did not know the way. Without is a preposition. It is the object of the preposition. When there's just two words in a prepositional phrases, it's only going to be preposition and object of the preposition. Okay, let's read it again. Without it, Mom did not know the way. This is a sentence and it is declarative. And take a moment to stop and think about what's happening in the sentence. Without it, it might be a map that would make sense. Mom did not know the way. Okay, so who or what is this sentence about? Mom. So mom is the subject because it is what the sentence is about. Oops. Okay. This sentence tells us that mom, what? This sentence tells us that mom did know. Okay. Remember, once again, that you're picturing what's happening in the sentence. Maybe she doesn't have that map. That's the it, the antecedent for this, possibly. Mom did not know the way. What is mom doing here? Knowing. This sentence tells us that mom did know. So did know is our predicate. If you couldn't find that helping verb did, think of the helping verb song in your head. Helping verbs, there are 23. Am, is, are, was, and were, being, been, and be, have, has, had, do, does, did, shall, will, should, and would. There are 5 more helping verbs, may, might, must, can, could. So did is one of those, so it is our helping verb, and know is our predicate verb. Okay, so we're going to see if there is a direct object. Is there something that mom did know? Is there a who or what connected to it? Yes. Way. Way tells us what mom did know. It is an objective element because it completes the meaning of an action verb. It is a direct object because it tells us what mom did know. You might be thinking, she did not know the way. However, we're going to get back to that. Not is an adverb that is modifying our predicate verb, saying it did not happen. But that is our direct object. So let's go over to not, since there's only 2 words left to modify or to identify, and not is one of them. So not tells us how mom knew the way. It is an adverbial element because it modifies a verb. It is an adverb. Not is always an adverb. It is always modifying the verb by saying it did not happen. Okay, we've got 1 word left to modify. What is it modifying? Generally, that article adjective is right in front of the subject, the noun that it might be modifying. So in this case, it's the way. So the is an adjective telling us which. Sorry, this is rattling since it's not connected to the wall. Okay, the last thing that we need to do, our last step we cannot forget, is to show what the prepositional phrase is modifying. Remember that a phrase acts as one part of speech. So this prepositional phrase is going to modify our predicate verb, which is so far all that we ever have done. We have always said that our adverbial prepositional phrase modifies the predicate verb. So we'll say, without it tells us how she did not know the way. So without it is an adverbial prepositional phrase. or first we say an adverbial element because it modifies a verb. It is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Okay, that is our first sentence. Let's go ahead and move on to number 2. I'm going to grab a different color marker. Okay, so our sentence here, and you should have this sentence already on page 107, and you're marking along with me. So if it's a little bit hard to read all of it, you do have it in your book as well. Okay, number 2. During the tournament, we ate hot dogs with spicy ketchup. Before we find prepositional phrase, picture this sentence happening in real life. During the tournament, could be a basketball tournament. We ate hot dogs with spicy ketchup. Okay, now, are there some prepositional phrases? Should say, yes, ma'am. During the tournament is a prepositional phrase. Remember that right now we're doing introductory prepositional phrases, so your preposition is always first. Won't always be that way, so don't count on that. But right now we will. That's just kind of an easy way to identify, is that the first part of the sentence is the prepositional phrase. So during the tournament is a prepositional phrase. Let's identify each word in the phrase though. During is a preposition. During what? Or during who did we eat hot dogs? During what? Tournament. So tournament is the object of the preposition. The is an adjective. It's an article adjective modifying the tournament. Okay, do you see any other prepositional phrases? Okay, what do you see? With spicy ketchup. With is one of the prepositions from our preposition list. I encourage you to sing the song if you're ever unsure of what prepositions are in the sentence. Aboard. You can just jump to only where we list them. Aboard, about, above, across, after, against, along, among, around. Preposition words. Before, behind, below, beneath, beside, between, beyond, at, by. Preposition words. Down, during, except for, from, inside, in, into, near. Preposition words. Be looking for them. Of, off, on, out, outside, over. Past, since, through. Preposition words. Throughout, to, toward. Under, up, until. Upon, with, within. I see with. We just said that. Without, underneath. Preposition words. Preposition words. Preposition words. So, you can always sing that song in your head as you're looking at a sentence and scan it as you're looking for words from that song. With is a preposition. Let's find the object of the preposition. During the tournament, we ate hot dogs with what? Ketchup. Okay, so with is our preposition. Ketchup is the object of the preposition. What is spicy doing in this prepositional phrase? It's telling us what kind of ketchup. Spicy tells us what kind of ketchup. It is an adjective element because it modifies a noun. It is an adjective. Okay, we found the only 2 prepositional phrases. Let's read the whole thing again as we identify other parts of the sentence now. During the tournament, we ate hot dogs with spicy ketchup. This is a sentence and it is declarative. Stop for a second and picture what's happening to find the subject. During the tournament, we ate we ate hot dogs with spicy ketchup. Who or what is doing something in this sentence? We. So we is the subject because it is what the sentence is about. Okay. What are we doing? What's the action? We are eating. So say with me. This sentence tells us that we ate. So ate is the predicate because it is what the sentence tells us about we. Is there something we are eating? We ate hot dogs. Now, a lot of times when we have 2 separate words, we will have one of them as the adjective and the other one as the noun that it's modifying, even though they tend to go together. We'll stick with what our book says on this one and count hot dogs as one thing, because if it says we ate dogs and then hot modifies what kind of dogs they are, that would make it seem like we're actually eating dogs, which would be very sad, and they happen to be hot. Hot modifies it. So we are going to scrap that that would change the meaning of what's happening in this sentence, and instead circle the whole thing, hot dogs. Okay, so hot dogs tells us what we ate. It is an objective element because it completes the meaning of an action verb. It is a direct object because it tells us what we ate. Last but not least, we can't forget identifying the prepositional phrases and pointing them to our predicate verb. So during the tournament is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Let's say the phrasing with me. So during the tournament tells us when we ate hot dogs. During the tournament is an adverbial element because it modifies a verb. It is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Okay, and I just jumped to saying we're going to point it to our predicate verb because that's a good shortcut for you to just think that's all we do with prepositional phrases right now. They are always modifying the predicate verb. Okay, with spicy ketchup is another prepositional phrase. Does with spicy ketchup tell us how we ate, when we ate, or where we ate? How we ate them. With spicy ketchup tells us how we ate hot dogs. It is an adverbial element because it modifies a verb. It is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Okay, so those are your two sentences. On page 108, once again, I'll link the key with the answers to those sentences. It does also ask you what is a preposition. For that one, use the exact words from our song. And just to remind you of it, it's the one that goes, a preposition is a part of speech used to show the relationship between certain words in a sentence. Okay, and finally, on page 109, it says that imagine you're spending a snowy day with your cousins, Theo, Peggy, and Lucy, and Stripes. With that in mind, complete the phrase for each preposition listed. So think about a snowy day. What might you do on a snowy day? What are you beneath on a snowy day? You might be beneath a table or a fort that you made. Some of you might like to build forts inside your homes on snowy days, maybe beneath a tree that's covered in snow. And then the next one is in. What might you be in during a snowy day? Could be in the living room. You could be in your fort, going back to that one. Could be in the basement. Think about what you might be in for the snowy day. That is all for well-ordered language. Let me know if you've got any questions, and I will see you later. Bye.